Hey, what's up you guys? Aftershow Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to the series finale of the Charmed reboot. Who'd have thought we would be here? Wow. I did say from the beginning of the series I wanted to watch it all the way through. Yes, I almost gave up. Well, actually, no. Not almost. I did give up. I did give up on the show. At the end of season 3, that was my pivotal point that I was like, I'm done with the show. I'm not interested anymore. But then it piqued my interest. And what do you know? I ended up watching it all the way to the end. So yeah, it's kind of weird. This show, it's been a wild ride, I feel like. This was one of the first shows that I reacted to, like, live. There hasn't been a whole lot of shows that I've reacted to live. So, well, at this point in time, well, now I've reacted to a lot of stuff live. But when this started airing, this was like something that I started watching from the beginning. Anyways, I remember reacting to the trailer, thinking it was really cringy. I remember, I still have my notes on the trailer, which I think I might actually find. I might actually read out to you. This one. Alright. Let's see if I can find them. Where would they be? Nope, that's the wrong folder entirely. No! I don't need to see that. I'm kidding. Probably here, maybe? Nope. Oh, shit. You know what it is? It's on that hard drive that is apparently unplugged now. Oh, maybe it's on the website. I really hope I can find them somewhere. Because, I mean, it was big. It was big at the time. You know, I was excited about well, I wasn't, to be honest. Did I go in with, like, really low expectations? Yeah, probably. But, like, I don't know. Give me a second. Alright, I found them. Right. So, wow. Just so that we're clear, I reacted to the trailer for this. Where was this? Where? God damn. I reacted to the trailer of this show. When did this air? I don't know. How do you open this? I don't know. Stats for nerds. Nope. Nope, that's not helpful. Look! I reacted to the trailer a real long time ago. Anyways. Wow. In my notes here, I've got what does Charmed mean to me? My opinion of it now, about the new cast. I've written down Macy, long lost sister, power telekinesis, played by Madeline Mantock. Boyfriend Galvin. Oh wow. Do you remember Galvin? Yeah, he was like so long ago. Mel Pruitt. Right. The original last name was like Pruitt. Yikes. Glad they changed that. Power to Stop Time, played by Melanie Diaz. Has a girlfriend that's a detective. And then Maggie's original name was actually Madison. So it was Madison Pruitt. It would have been very odd. She's telepath. They dropped that, didn't they? Played by Sarah Jeffrey. Boyfriend Brian, played by Charlie Jalep. I don't know. I think he was like in 2 episodes maybe. Harry, advisor. White lighter? Question mark. Actually, I think I can. Let's show this on the screen. Yes, I'm using WordPad. Don't judge me. House looks the same but different. The mother's speech seems very either cut together from different conversations or read straight from a piece of paper. Feels inorganic. Oh, big word for me. The attic looks so different. It's because it's a new show, Shannon. Mel and Madison look like the same person. I can't tell them apart. Yeah, I can tell them apart now. Taking Paige's long-lost sister storyline, will she be half white lighter? No. She was half demon. Which they could have done a lot more with, to be honest. But they never did much with it, to be honest. I feel like it was a wasted story. A lot of the show has been a wasted story, though. But it doesn't matter, I guess, at this point. I don't know how I feel about Mel's freezing time. For Piper, it was tied to her getting scared, and she doesn't seem to have triggered it here. Right. I think in the later seasons, she definitely seemed to use her hands a lot more. I don't think that she did in the beginning of the show. I want the original sound effects when Macy uses telekinesis. I don't even remember. I don't even remember them using these powers. Madison reads minds, not premonitions. Confused. I mean, Maggie can do a lot of things now. I actually like what they've done with Maggie's powers, to be honest. Why did he kidnap them if he's their advisor? Okay. He looks really oldish to proper. Wow. It's interesting going back on these notes and being like, ooh. What are his powers? Is he not a white lighter? I want to sue. Yes, he was a white lighter. He doesn't really seem like the typical CW heartthrob. I feel weird. But they definitely gave him a love interest in one of the Charmed ones, so there's that. Mother was murdered. New Book of Shadows has no color. Examine. Do you know what? I didn't like the new Book of Shadows. Okay, I didn't like the red Book of Shadows that they had in the beginning of the show. However, in season 4, how they've brought it back, I actually really like it a lot. I don't know. I kind of see the appeal now. Have I been worn down? I don't know, but I kind of like it. I also like the fact that they're like, tell me how to do this, and it cycles through the pages. I don't know, man. Do I wish it looked a little bit more like old and like it's been passed down through generations? Of course. But it's still cool. I don't know. Cool looking demon, different look. I hope they don't look the same though. I like that they all look different in the original. Actually, I don't think we've had very many odd looking demons. Most of them have been very human, haven't they? I don't like the, I'm gonna guess Latin. I liked the poem, like I could learn them. I feel like they have, definitely in this season 4, they've definitely gone back to the English rhymes. Which makes it easier for me to learn, but I don't know. how do you guys feel about like the English versus non-English spells? Do you guys prefer the English ones, or do you prefer the idea that there's all different types of spells? Curious. Lots of crows, but no familiar. Huh. I don't think they did actually. They've never... Yeah, no, they don't have a cat. Overall, I feel uncomfortable as hell about this. I always wanted a reboot or a spin-off, but this feed feels teenagery. And those were my notes on the trailer. I reacted to the first episode on October 15th, 2018. And here we are on the 11th of June, 2022. About to finish the series. It's been a hell of a ride. I really feel... I don't know. How do I feel? I feel like I finally turned into a fan really late in the game. It's kind of really weird. I was at JB Hi-Fi earlier this week, and I was looking at Charmed. They've only got season 1 and season 2 on DVD, and I was like, I was considering buying season 2, but to be honest, I'm only a fan of season 4. So I guess I'll probably get the whole series when it comes out. Maybe they'll have a Blu-ray release in like a full box set thing. That would be great, because I prefer to have Blu-rays. They take up less space. But yeah. I really like the tight-knit writing of this season. I am sad to see it go, which is really weird, because from pretty much the get-go, I wanted it to get cancelled. I like to think I gave it a really good chance at the beginning, but maybe I didn't. I might go back and, rewatch some of the earlier episodes of the series at some point and see if my opinions have changed due to seeing season 4. I don't know. I feel really weird. I felt really weird about this the whole season. But anyways, this is the season finale, and we've got some comments to go through. This is the series finale, actually. Wow. There was 28 comments on the pilot episode. I will say, I feel kind of bad for those of the people that have dropped off because of season 2 and 3. Because season 4, pretty good. I can't say it enough. I don't know. And I just, I feel really bad for... I don't like the people that just hate the show because it's a reboot of a show that they originally liked. Did it have its ups and downs? Yes and yes. But I don't like that there are some people out there that don't like the show just because it's named Charmed. And it's not their Charmed, But anyways, let's go over the comments. I loved this episode. It felt like a combination of Charmageddon and Kill Billy Volume 2 / Forever Charmed. From the original, and yes, time travel will undo what happened, but the stakes felt high and I was on edge of what was going to happen next. Yes, I agree. I did get the feeling that it was very much like Kill Billy Vol 2, because for those of you who haven't seen the original series, the second last episode of the show is literally everyone, the manor explodes, and 2 out of 3 of the charmed ones are dead, and then the last episode is about time travel and getting them back and doing it the correct way and blah blah. But yeah, so that's I felt the same kind of feeling. I also really liked the color of the episode. I also loved how they connected this episode back to Josefina and gave a reason why she didn't attend the memorial. The memorial. I'm so bittersweet that this show is ending when it's finally good. Yeah, I have to say I'm glad that, at the very least, I'm glad that it's going out on a high note. Shannon is actually the only original actor who was supportive in the beginning. I saw an interview of her in 2018 before the reboot aired, and of her being very kind and supportive of the actors and the show, and glad some young women can enjoy it like people did the original. Yes, I agree 100%. I remember seeing something about her saying, like, talking about how these are people with jobs, and like when it comes down to it, that's what it is. It's, yeah, and if, you know, it employs these women and whatever. I remember the interview a little bit. Just a little bit. This season really delivered, and it sucks that it got cancelled right when it was good. There were real stakes. I'm going to be honest, I really enjoyed season 1. Yes, the story was too fast, but they also had a lot of fun storylines and episodes. For example, when Mel and Maggie switched bodies. I liked that one. I think I liked that one. I think. It just had a lot of warm, cheesy moments that felt like it could be Charmed. I enjoyed the beginning of season 2, like the first couple episodes, and then it became too slow and convoluted. They kept introducing storylines and forgetting about them. Season 2 and 3 have some good episodes, but majority of them are not good. Like a cheap Supernatural spin-off. Agreed. Season 4 has actually been doing a lot of good, giving us stakes, giving us a lot of sister moments. In this episode alone, we had more sister moments than all of season 2 and 3, and they were together most of this episode. Definitely. More magical creatures, and they even keep bringing back old things like Black Amber and the other big bads, and it feels more connected and feels like a real world. I agree. Definitely. I give this episode 4 stars. This felt like a series finale part 1. Yeah, I agree. I do. Which I'm glad, because I was worried that, you know, getting cancelled, they didn't have a wrap up. So I'm glad that it appears that maybe they at the very least knew that it was coming. I definitely teared up when Jordan and Mel died. Harry, so-so. Fair. The Infinite VHS store where the Charmed version of Multiverse of Madness. Does that make the bad guy Wanda? I really hope the next final episode does not leave a cliffhanger. Me too. But we'll see, I guess. When it comes to overview of the show, I really loved the first and fourth season of the show. The second and third season was just the showrunners running from what Charmed was and should be. They wanted it to be Supernatural TV, but the diet version. Yep. I loved Macy's character. She was the strongest story-wise. Mel and Maggie did progress from original character archetypes, but remain the same since season 2. I like what they've done with Maggie. They really haven't done much with Mel from pretty much season 2. Because like in season 1, she started the show as like a man-hating woman, but she grew a lot, I think. But she's definitely been the least developed. Not a lot of love was given to that one. I loved Jordan becoming a white lighter, but I don't understand why Harry keeps running from it. I agree. I love Jordan. Jordan has been like the highlight of like. I surprisingly really enjoyed his character. Like I'm glad he was introduced. I think he's probably my favorite character. Kayla has been a nice change to the show. Definitely has made the show fun and new again. It is unfortunate that we won't see more of her. Honorable mentions, I love Josefina. At first she was a little annoying little sister that wanted witch powers, but over time I do like her in retrospect. I agree. I think once you get past the annoying little sister thing, yes, she's better. Lastly, Abigail. Well, she was a carbon copy of Macy's backstory being witch demon. I wonder if the showrunners from season 3 knew ahead of time that Madeline was leaving early on, that they would have made Abigail a charmed one after all. I don't know, they had a real hard on for that character. One more thing that bothered me, we didn't get a Grams with this show. Yeah, it's kind of sad. But I'm glad that we've got some, like, loving words to say about it, to be honest. It's very odd because I remember going through season 2 and 3 and there was so many bitchy comments about the show. Like, everyone was agreeing with me about how bad it was. I don't know. And then, like, when season 4 started, we all started to change our opinions to it being good. I'm just saying, like. Anyways, I'm kind of sad this is the first show I watched with you. Really? I remember in the beginning you didn't like the show very much and I feel like you weren't giving it a fair chance. I mean, maybe you're right. I feel like maybe I did, but you could be right. I feel like you warmed up over time, but there were a lot of issues with the second and third season, and I totally agree. I thought the show was pretty decent. Nowhere near the OG Charmed, of course, but there were some aspects I liked better in this version. I liked the explanation of the elders and the White Lighters a lot more. Me too. Actually, I'm not sure I like the White Lighters. Sorry, I'm not sure I like the elders being witches, but I do like the idea of a White Lighter and a Dark Lighter being half of one person. And then we stumbled that ending with, like, Harry killing his dark side somehow. I don't know. I just remember that being weird. Even though they killed them off in the first season. I also like they explained the Charmed power. In the OG Charmed, I never understood the power of 3. Were there other Charmed ones? No, I don't believe so. What makes them the Charmed ones? Why are there only 3 sister witches? That's the version of the Charmed magic makes sense. And I liked it was an actual force that they channel. Yes, I like that they went into depth of explaining how and why the Charmed ones exist. And it's not just sisterhood. Like, it's not them being related. I do really like that they did that. I would prefer if they did flashbacks, but at this point, what can you do? In the original Charmed, lastly, I like their powers in this version a lot more. In the original Charmed, especially in the beginning, it felt like their powers were pretty lackluster, but from the jump you could tell that these were the most powerful witches. Again, it doesn't come close to touching the original. It was okay. Second season and third season were terrible, and I wish that they had brought in this showrunner a lot sooner. I agree, Joey Falco and someone else, I don't know who the other one is, but did a fucking great job. Alright, I'll stop rambling on, and I'll catch you in this 100 reactions. Well, that's gonna be a fun one. Oh my god, this is taking forever to download. I have the episode downloading. It's taking ages. Anyways, I thought I would be able to go through all these comments and then the episode would be ready. So far, no good. Anyways. I mean, the fairy wings were biological and shouldn't have worked. Then Mags getting the cat claws and a bunch of episodes after touching bartender girl shouldn't have worked either. Fair enough. I suppose touching a magical being goes beyond power emulating, and it also allows her to emulate their magical qualities, or whatever it's called, wings, claws, and the like. Okay. Harry is seeing static and thinks it's Hope. Methinks he's gone through too many tapes and has officially lost his mind. Yeah. You've never woken up and started dancing? Yeah, me neither. That'd be weird as fuck. I'm a grumpy person too when I wake up. Also, side note, keep in mind that there's no actual magic playing when Mags wakes up. That makes this whole wake up scene much weirder. Imagine waking up and just randomly starting to dance for no reason whatsoever, with absolutely no music in the background. Smudge and Willow would be so fucking confused. Actually, no, they wouldn't. You're weird, just like me. Yep. Given that they're in Seattle, I'm gonna press F to doubt that that's the San Francisco Bridge, even though it shares similarities between that and perhaps a bridge in New York. I don't think they were in Seattle, by the way. I think they teleported to where Ray was living, which I think could have been in San Francisco. I think it was probably like a little nod. I don't know though. But nobody noticed the insane amount of trees and shit growing up the bridge. Ain't nobody crossing that bitch with a car unless they have some swords built on the front. And last I checked, this was the Charmed reboot and not Scrap Mechanic. Yeah, but like, also, that's the people. The people were the trees. Okay, come on. Can any TV show get this right for a change? Harry just literally showed them a clip of last week's episode. Transition scenes and all. Is that too much to ask for them to film the scene again from a different angle? All that was missing from the CW logo. Yeah, all that was missing from it was the CW logo. Yes, I agree. It's really frustrating when that happens. It's like, clearly you're just watching the footage of the episode and it's not actually what's happening. Wait, what? Harry just said he watched 100 tapes and none of them contained a way to save Macy and Dev. Harry, you half-asser. You know there's a certain New York wizard who looked into 14 million different possibility outcomes. 100? Jeebus, Harry, step it up. He could learn a thing or two from Doctor Strange. While the final 10 minutes of the episode, yes, they were all dying one by one, and yes, it was supposed to feel like a huge thing, I felt kind of underwhelmed. With each death, I was thinking, okay, someone is going to make it back in time and all these deaths are going to be undone. Sorry, but to me it was as anticlimactic as you thought it was. It was a decent penultimate episode, though. Yes, I knew. Look, here's my explanation. I too knew that they were going to go back in time. I too knew that the deaths would be like retcon, pretty much. Okay, I knew this. However, the amount of times in this show where they're like, the sisterhood will be broken, the sisterhood will be broken, and they haven't done any, like, they've just gotten out of it every time, minus Macy. But that's because the actress wanted to leave the show. I appreciate them going there. I think the actors and actresses did a great job. It's some of their best acting that they've done on the show. And that's all I wanted. I wanted something to feel a bit epic for once in this show, and it did it for me. Maybe it didn't do it for you, that's fine though. But we've reached the end. These will be my final notes that you read aloud for this show. You're about to end another one, Fruits. I said I'd help, and even though you tried to give me an out many times, I kept my word. I ain't going anywhere. What's next for us? I don't know. Surely they'll reboot Buffy soon, right? I feel like the last 10 to 15 minutes were what we've been waiting for the show. Real stakes and real emotion. The acting was on point, the writing was some of the best of the series, and it was just shocking considering we had never seen something this serious in the show before. Even though they're changing the timeline, they still died in the original timeline. We still saw it, and we still felt it. Wasn't there an episode in the original Charmed where Piper went back in time because Phoebe and Paige died? That happened on multiple occasions. It's similar to that. Even though it was undone, we still felt it. Yes, and it's also kind of at the end of the show as well. So, just felt more epic. I don't know. Oh my god, this episode is still not done. What the damn hell? Well, while we're here, I guess we can go over the comments from YouTube too. Why not? It's the last episode. Why the hell not? I do what I want. Original Charmed 1. More like Avatar all in white. The last 5 minutes of this episode is better than the whole series in my opinion. I feel like there've never been any real danger or life-threatening situations up until now. Yeah, I know Macy died, but that was more of a random accident, get me off of the show kind of thing. It's just never felt like the stakes have been very high. And they finally gave that here at the end. I would have liked to have seen a utopia a bit longer, and instead of humans being turned into plants, be enslaved or persecuted, like you said, or even more dark, put to death. Yeah. I mean, it would have been nice to see the utopia a little bit longer. But, as we know, 13 episodes. Show got cancelled. This reminds me of the original Charmed when Lyra became an avatar and remade the world, and they needed grief to remember. That's what I said. I've been watching the Charmed reboot since it first started in 2018, and I have to say it's been a pretty fun ride. I really do appreciate them trying to bring more diversity and real-world problems to the show, even if it didn't always land the mark. And despite the highs and lows that many people had with the show, I never saw it as a cast problem. As for the first season, while it had its problems, I thought it was very consistent in tone. They were going, and the overall aesthetic the show was trying to obtain. And while season 2 and 3 weren't as strong, I did like some things. Sorry, weren't as strong. I did some of things. It did give. You liked some of the things that they gave. Having a more expansive role for Maggie and Mel's dad, Ray. Yeah, Ray was great. I really like what they did with him. Making the Charmed ones a generational thing rather than a chosen one story. An awesome character of Jordan. Yeah. Jordan was great. A proper goodbye to their older sister Macy, but season 4 I think has probably been my favorite of the series. I really liked the new showrunners. To the criticism of the audience had, took the criticism, and then they changed things. I enjoyed the Charmed one's actions, that they had consequences. The emotional beats hit, having more sisterly moments, and we were building up to an ultimate climax this season. Something that we've never had before. In addition, I really loved Kayla. I thought she was a great addition to the show and felt like a fully realized character and well-rounded out the power of 3 very well and really impacted the season in a great way. I will say I wish that we got to see a little bit more of her friend Bryn. I really did expect to see her again, but nope. Overall, I very much enjoyed my time watching the series while have been nice to the show to move in this direction. I believe this was a great way to finish it, and in general, 4 seasons is a good run. Oh, okay, I've got a question here. How would you say your favorite Charmed one is out of the 4? and overall favorite character of the series. Favorite character is definitely Jordan. And I don't think I have a favorite sister. Yeah, no, I don't have a favorite sister. I think Mel could have been my favorite sister, but they never really developed her enough for... I don't know, I feel like she was just neglected a lot. A lot. This episode reminded me of the original show with the avatars created in Utopia. Oh, the writers actually confirmed that it was a nod to Phoebe. That's pretty damn cool. Yeah. Me. It's a bad world vibes. You. This time, about 30 seconds later. It's a bad world. We're always on the same wavelength. Of course. I'm a Charmed fan. What do you think? Who do you think I am? The owl had hints of magic hour. The key is almost like the doorway morality bites. The trading of powers is very much like love hurts. It wasn't until after you said it and Kayla began to break down like the Halliwell sisters did over their losses that I got the Avatar and Charmageddon connection. But I did get the Billy and Christy, hell, even Sanku versus the Charmed ones feels during Inara and the Lost One versus Mags and Kayla, like in Something Wicked This Way Goes and Forever Charmed. And yeah, that did look kind of like the Golden Gate Bridge. I reckon it was. That's what they were going for. There's been lots of nods this season, I feel. It's been bugging me, so I'll ask now, and it's basically the last time I can. Why do the most powers come out like lightning bolts? That doesn't happen in the OG series unless the power is vaguely evil in origin or you received a power boost of some kind. Also, why specifically in this episode does Mag say, "I'm not a time witch"? It's a power, not a breed of witch. So it just felt odd that she always says time witch instead of power. Yeah. As for, you know, electricity being evil, I think it kind of, I don't know, I think lightning bolts is probably easy to animate. Maybe. I don't know, I don't work in VFX. But I think we're also trained to think that, you know, lightning bolts are evil. Because they're scary when it rains. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, I have to agree this was a legit well-written episode. It's probably the best episode of the reboot has done. And it could even rival some of the OG, to be honest. This is basically what I wanted from the reboot, an actual villain who depowers the Charmed ones and actually makes them use their ingenuity to defeat her. This reminds me of any of the times the Halliwells were depowered. I'm quite fond of this a lot in supernatural shows. Me too, but I don't like it when they overdo it. Because a lot of shows do overdo it. Because it showcases the most powerful protagonist angle when they don't need their powers to win. Also, Shan, if you see the new promo trailer, I did not, and I'm not going to. Anyways, I'm going to skip to the next part. As for, like I said, look, I don't like spoilers. I'm going to be honest with you. We've talked about this a lot in the past. However, I know that I've said I don't really care about spoilers about this show in particular recently. But this is the last episode, so I specifically have not watched the trailer. I don't want to know. I want to go in and experience it without any information. As for my thoughts on the show as a whole, it's so difficult to compromise. Because so much of this show had its potential wasted. Then right when the potential was being realized, in the end, they cancel it. I don't want the show to end. Me neither. Which is not what I would have said prior to this season. There were Interesting protagonist skeletons to build on. Mel got shafted the most. I agree, 100%. Maggie actually came into her own a lot this season. Macy never got to live her full extent of her scientist persona, and Kayla, we still don't know enough about her. It sucks that they had to waste so much of that skeleton on characters like Abifail. No, I'm not letting that go. I know this term gets used a lot, and I don't like the buzzword, but she was a Mary Sue, plain and simple. I agree. Or romance drama that they never cared to do anything with. Yeah. Yeah. I also agree with Shan about Phoebe. She was the worst character in the original show. In fact, by season 8, her premonition power became useless and only served to give Phoebe visions of things that she desired. Yes. She's easily the most self-centered of all of the Charmed ones in both the original and the reboot. That is something that the reboot has going for them. I feel like they didn't really complain about their lives all the time, and like they accepted their duty, I think. I like that a lot. Which basically started when Cole entered the picture. Also, slight correction, Phoebe uses her premonition power 3 times in season 8, but they all serve the same purpose. Don't judge me, okay? Shit. I don't think she watches trailers as they contain spoilers. This is correct. But as I said, I didn't really care that much about Charmed getting spoiled on it because I was just kind of hate watching it, but also kind of enjoying the season, and it was weird, okay? Look. I'm a fan of the show. Hang on. Hi. I'm Shannon from After Show Reacts. Hi, Shannon! And I'm a fan of the show, Charmed, 2018, the reboot. There it is. It's off my chest. Right, finally! This shit is finally fucking downloaded. This is great. Alright, this is gonna be fun. I will just take... Holy shit, I've been talking for 42 minutes. I could have watched the whole episode by now. Alright, I'll take a brief minute and then we'll start the episode. Alright, so... Just before going in, what do I want to see? I am hoping for no cliffhanger that drives me mental. I'm hoping that we get like maybe one last little connection, maybe, because what do you want from me? I'm an original fan, okay? I'm hoping that they resolve the drama between Jordan and Maggie, because I don't need that shit. I'm hoping that they have some kind of happy ending for all 3 of the sisters. I don't know. Maybe a cameo or 2 from an old character. But like I said, I'm not expecting anything because the show did get cancelled. But yeah. So, without further ado, let's see how it ends. That's my poor Piper Phoebe Page house. Oh man. Oh. And it ended like, oh my god, it ended like the show did. Like, every season of Charmed ends the same way, with the door closing and it going up away. Oh, I am deceased. This was a decent ending. I don't know why they ended up in why. I don't know why they ended up there, but I don't care. I don't give a shit. I liked the last minute and a half. I don't know. This was fun. I enjoyed it. You know what? 10 out of 10. I don't give a shit. Maybe it was not a very good finale, but I saw the Halliwell house, so I'm happy. I gotta look at that shit again. I recognized it from the door! Look at it! That's... Why is it... I think this is wrong. Is it? I don't know. Well, it's not! Oh my god! Day 29 Ravello Drive! Is that correct? Am I right? Am I getting confused? What is Charmed address? Carroll Avenue. Oh, Ravello is Buffy. Man, they're close. Right? I think. Man, I'm confused. I don't care. Look, it's... No, you don't understand. You know what? What's important is I got the cameo I wanted. Wasn't my character. It was the manor. I don't give a shit. Best show ever. Best show ever. I don't know. Right. So that was the Charmed reboot. And I feel like we talked about my thoughts and feelings enough, but specifically this episode, I think maybe it was wrapped up a little quick with the sisters, like with the original sisters. But I get that they needed to wrap it up, and sometimes things are just rushed. Damn. Man, this is so cool. It ended like that. How could you do this? Like, how could you tease me with such a thing? satisfied. Thank you for a wonderful ending to the show. I don't know what to say, really. Do I wish we got more? Yes. Am I glad that we got what we got? Yes. Apparently it's located on 555 Melrose Avenue. What is the address in Prescott Street? Duh! It's Prescott Manor. Man, I don't fucking know. I feel really embarrassed about that because it's like, I said that with such confidence and I was wrong. Look, I love Charmed. And this show gave me lots of nods to a thing that I grew up watching that I love. And I just want to thank that because it was cool. Even though I know we're never gonna get like a fucking reunion because none of the actresses like each other. Like, this was probably the closest thing like we could get to something. Slither for fans, I don't know. And I appreciate the fuck out of the showrunners for like realizing that your audience, who your audience is. Even though I didn't like the show very much until this season. Thank you. I'm a little sad that we didn't get to see the Book of Shadows one last time, like their version of it. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a copy of it, to be honest. Like, put it side by side with my... Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this with me. If you guys have enjoyed the reactions, here's to a fun 4 years. And I don't know. I feel really bittersweet. And just so you know, you letting yourself into the Halliwell Manor like that, they're gonna attack you right away. They're gonna think you're a demon. What did you guys think? What was your highlight? Let me know. And I guess I'll see you in the next show.